What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Chase, aka CR Media, as y'all know me, and we are back here for another episode of same day, a little bit of the same time slot, and we are up and running. Appreciate everybody joining in with us tonight. My name is Chase, CR Media, as you guys may know me. Joining me tonight, as usual, ABJ and Mark, Pro Wrestling Kingpin. Gentlemen, how have you been?
Living the dream. Working, doing a lot of stuff. It's been really busy weekends with wrestling shows and traveling and doing all the fun stuff. But it's been entertaining.
I'm tired. Got a lot going
Mark,
on.
yeah, Mark, why don't you tell us a little bit of what you got going on, brother?
Well, I bought a house. So I'm pretty much rehabbing that house. We're doing both bathrooms and the kitchen pretty much immediately. So it's just a lot. So I'm basically working and then going there to work even more. So I'm just tired.
Living the dream, man. Living the dream.
Adulting, man.
Yep. I like it. Gentlemen, it says you're an hour early.
What?
Are we?
No.
We nailed it.
We're actually 30 minutes late. But
Yeah.
maybe I fucked up the time on it, but Steve Chambers, welcome. Mick Thomason, appreciate you joining, sir. Gears, Dean, Alia. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, hit the share button. Let all your friends know who like professional wrestling to come hang out with us and listen to me and ABJ drop some knowledge on you, and Mark say some crazy outlandish shit that
wow, throwing shots already.
I mean, at least the show's interesting with me. You're welcome.
Yeah, heard that. Wish it didn't, but it did.
Hey, put the chat up.
Oh, that's right. Good call.
That was just some crazy outlandish shit too, right there.
Yep. It was a bad daylight savings time joke. Interesting. Jake. Dave. Appreciate Dave commenting. He says, "Hey, you're 30 minutes late. How dare you?" I have no idea how we're 30 minutes late. maybe somebody screwed up the time thing.
We're right on time. I think that's how I like to think about it.
Yep. Absolutely. Gentlemen, we've been off and on, but hopefully this is a beginning of back to consistently going and whatnot on Sunday at that 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock Eastern time slot. Maybe we push it to 10:30, 9:30 because Mark is working 2 jobs, rehabbing a house and doing that. So, but Sundays, no more taking weeks off for Chiefs games, for football, for whatever. We'll hopefully, like I said, hopefully this is the beginning of new consistency.
There may be some times where ABJ might not be here because I get booked on Sundays for wrestling stuff.
Yeah. But glad to see all your faces again, and kind of got some stuff to get into here.
Some of the faces. Just
let's talk about. I debated on how I wanted to start this off. I mean, obviously we missed Revolution last week, so we'll kind of get into that a little bit. But let's talk about. I guess there's already been a and when I say already been, I'm being sarcastic, but I guess there was an announcement for the WWE Hall of Fame this week. An active wrestler, which is odd. They tend to do it when the wrestler retires.
Almost like, maybe they're hinting at something at Mania.
Yeah, for sure.
I think
he's retiring after.
I think Dominic takes the mask off him.
Well, I will tell you, regardless of if you like it or you don't like it, it doesn't matter. What Ray's one wish is that Dominic would be the one to retire him at WrestleMania. Now, I don't know if it's this WrestleMania or whatever. Obviously, with him going to the Hall of Fame, you would think it would be this WrestleMania, but that was his wish when Dominic turned heel. He had mentioned, talking about wanting to do so. I don't think it's controversy, but I don't know Conan that well. I don't listen to anything that Conan's on. really. But I guess Conan has been confirmed to induct Ray, as Steven Chambers said. And I guess there's people upset about it because I guess Conan's kind of a dick.
Yeah, he's a dick, but he's done a lot for what you would say is the Spanish wrestling community, and he's respected by people like Ray. And he was one of the guys who gave Ray a lot of shine and a lot of opportunities. And if that's Ray's pick for who he wants to be inducted by, then who are we to say no?
Exactly, I agree.
Yep.
You agree, Mark?
Hell yeah, dude. Conan's fucking amazing. I don't care what anyone has to say about him.
Hey man,
Conan
has
I met him a few times, and he's never been a fucking dick to me.
So, and here's what's crazy is like Conan doesn't get a lot of recognition that he does deserve in this business because of, you know, like ABJ said, training a lot of Latino Hispanic wrestlers. Don't know if you know this or not, but Conan is the one who taught Bret Hart how to do the sharpshooter.
Yeah.
So that is Conan's
Here's a guy
version.
says Conan is known, it books and defends known PDs and abusers. So there's that. Unfortunately, Guy, I would agree with you. But if you insert yourself in this wrestling business, especially the independent scene, you're gonna realize that every show is just filled with scum that for some reason don't go away. So you know, and honest, I've literally hit the point of my rope where I'm not taking bookings and I'm not showing up at places and I'm turning bookings away because I tend to have standards of who I want to work with. And it's probably going to lead for me no longer being in the wrestling business, but you know, it's kind of the nature of the beast, man. This business, any business, you could be music, you can be in any form of stuff. And it just seems to always kind of happen, man. People are scum and they find a way in, but I'm not saying Conan is, I'm just saying that people get booked all the time.
Absolutely. Anthony Graves, wrong one. Appreciate you joining, sir.
Graves, Snapchat me then when you get a chance.
And then Jake Tribal Chief is here. Scott says, not too shabby, just watching the show and noticing that Chase has snuck in the I-70 hot tag belt into the show. Oh, that's a permanent place for it. So
it's pretty dope.
It is.
Yeah. Chase is already over that Chiefs belt.
Yeah. I'm not. I'm just gonna find. I'm working on some things. So Conan is an a-hole, but in the same sense, he's done a hell of a job being head booker for AAA. So can't really knock the dude for being like he is.
Yeah.
Interesting. I like it. Like I said, I don't know much about it. I think it's really cool. Just because I grew up a humongous, Conan and Ray and Filthy Animals and fan when I was a kid. So, I don't know. I don't know, nor do I care to know about Conan's personal life. So as long as he's not a piece of shit, just because you're an asshole doesn't qualify you as a piece of shit. I just watched a stream earlier where they talked about how horrible it is that that WrestleMania 20 can't be celebrated the way it is, and then I saw a bunch of comments in that chat defending a piece of shit. So like I said, not gonna knock it. I think it's cool. If that's what Ray wants, that's what Ray should get. Especially for how much he's done for WWE, done for the wrestling business. Same thing, kind of going back to the Dominic thing. If Ray wants his last match to be against Dominic, Ray should get that.
If you're not upset about Conan, if you're upset about Conan but not upset about the Warrior Award, I think you should just probably take a back seat to your opinions at some things.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Exactly.
Not saying that anyone in our chat is that.
Graves says, got to be careful who you do business with. This business has a lot of weirdos in it. Unfortunately,
fucking preach, Graves.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Let's talk about WrestleMania, guys. That's what this show is centered on. So with that, as you guys know, we usually talk about the top main topic or the hot topic, if you will. Then we jump right into the draft. And then we continue on with the show. So with that being said, with it being WrestleMania season, the last time we were live, we did our favorite WrestleMania moments. This week, we're going to do our favorite, not the best, our favorite WrestleMania matches. How do we want to do this draft order, guys?
I don't remember who technically won last. I think last week again. I think I might have been voted the most votes for the best draft. So I don't care. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't really care either.
Yeah. Let's let the whoever types in the chat first the
Paper,
draft
rock,
order.
scissors.
We'll go with that.
Paper, rock, scissors. Come on. You gotta do it. You gotta do it this way so everybody can see it.
All right, ready? Rock, paper,
Paper,
scissors, shoot.
Scissors, shoot.
I shot way too early, so Mark's out.
Yep. So now it's down to me and
Yep.
ABJ. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock,
All right, guys.
paper, scissors, shoot.
All right, you go first. I have second.
All right. All
Mark,
right.
There you go.
Greatest WrestleMania matches.
Favorite.
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 Okay, good. I'm glad you.
There's a difference.
I'm glad you're in the number one overall pick. It's got to be the boyhood dream.
You bitch.
Shawn versus Brett at WrestleMania. Not only is that match awesome, it ends in a draw. You don't think we're going to get to see it finish. You don't think we're going to get to see, it happen. And then back then, this is 1996, guys. Gorilla Monsoon, the on-screen authority figure, comes out and says, "No, that's not how we're going to do it. We are going to have a finish. We're going to sudden death overtime."
Well, I'm second in the draft, and that feels like a giant kick in the balls, but I'll take it. I'll take it on the chin.
I had a feeling Chase was going to do a Shawn Michaels one.
Yeah. Listen, a lot of my list is going to be Shawn, so I have a lot to pick from. When you're Mr. WrestleMania, you're tending to get a lot of WrestleMania matches. But I will go for my second favorite, and that's probably the match I've watched the most. The match that's just as much as impactful to me as Shawn winning the world title. I'm going to go Razor versus HBK ladder match.
I like it.
I'm going to go the first ever Money in the Bank match. The match is sick. I still believe it needs to go back to WrestleMania. Should open the show every year. I'm going first ever Money in the Bank.
There it is. I like that.
All right, round one. Kai actually said Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan. Holy shit. That's weird.
Is that the 3-second match or whatever the fuck?
Yeah, that's what that is.
How long was it?
It was like 5 seconds or something because he kissed AJ Lee on the apron and then turned around and got brogue kicked and got pinned. Favorite WrestleMania matches. Clear cut. This almost could have been number one. Shawn versus Taker, WrestleMania 25.
Was that 1 or 2?
1.
Fucking
two
bitch.
is not even close. Everybody tries to tout 2. Tout 2 couldn't hold 1's jockstrap.
I wish that part 1 would have been the one that Shawn retired on, but I get why he didn't. But I agree. 2 just has that spot in it because it was the one that ended Shawn's career. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go my next pick, and I'm gonna try to stay away from the HBK pick for a little bit here.
That's
and I'm gonna
shocker.
I'm gonna pick a match that that's very high on my list as well, and it's gonna involve 2 of my other favorite wrestlers of all time. I'm gonna go Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle.
Damn it!
WrestleMania 20, the lie, cheat, and steal.
Yeah, it was after he got the title from Brock.
Yeah. I thought Eddie and Kurt had such a good fucking rivalry. I always liked Eddie, but Eddie was never really like high in my list. Like I always respected him, right? He's just that guy who's just been consistent. He always has banger matches, but him and Kurt together to me was magical. And Kurt's one of the guys as soon as he came in, I latched onto. Just because how diverse he was, and I thought they really pulled a lot of good stuff out of each other, like the boot coming off during the ankle locks, and like it was magic to me. So that match in Mania was good.
I am going to go the TLC sequel, the tag team TLC sequel.
WrestleMania 17. It's a good choice. It's a damn good choice. I really hate to do this, but I'm going to pick another Shawn match.
Holy shit.
Give me Shawn and Taker WrestleMania 21. I mean, Shawn and Angle WrestleMania 21.
You bitch, that was on my list too.
Yep.
Good pick.
And poor ABJ wants to fucking stab you right now.
There's a lot of Shawn. There's a lot of Shawn to pick here. A lot of Shawn.
There is.
Oh shit. You know what? I'm gonna stay off the Shawn train again. I'm gonna pick a match that's not Shawn Michaels, and I'm gonna go Bret Hart versus Owen.
Oh, Bret versus
10.
Owen. That's a good one too.
That was a great one. I was going to choose that one, but I thought I could get that one in a later round.
Yeah.
And I figured I had to take the Shawn ones because you were going to take the Shawn ones. It's a good day. It's a damn good pick, though.
Yep.
Shawn versus Flair.
That's a favorite match of yours?
It is just because of the ending moment.
Yeah.
It's just
so
the
we
significance.
Thought.
Yeah, so we thought. Yeah. Shawn versus Flair.
It was on my list.
Yep. Hey, it had a great story behind it. I think I've probably watched that, which is funny because it is a Shawn match and it is very good. But I've probably only watched that match maybe 2, maybe 3 times because I'm just not that into it.
All right, Chase, you're up.
I'm debating, guys. Here's what's crazy. Like, I really, I've got 2 Hogan matches on this list.
Okay.
Or I've got 2 Hogan matches that I could pull out of my back pocket. And I have, and I also have a Vince McMahon match that I could pull out of my pocket.
Vince versus God.
That didn't happen at WrestleMania.
I know.
It was a backlash.
Vince for Shawn. So here's a quick thing. Just while you're thinking, I'll do a quick plug. This Thursday on my channel, we're going to be doing a review of WrestleMania 22. I believe it is.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's coming up. So we're going to watch WrestleMania 22, and we're going to do a full breakdown of the card and talk about it. It's me, myself.
That was in Chicago.
Yeah.
That was Cena versus Triple H for the WWE title. Angle versus Ray and Orton for the World Heavyweight title.
Shawn versus Vince.
Taker versus Mark Henry. Also, CM Punk was one of the gangsters in Cena's entrance.
Yeah, we did a random number generator, and that was the number it gave us. So that's how it was picked. But come hang out with us, do your homework, watch the match, and come hang out.
Clinton Smith has a very good choice. That's a very underrated match, guys. For a hardcore match.
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
Yep. All right. So what round are we on?
4.
Okay, this is 4. Shit. I'm going Austin Rock 3 at WrestleMania 19. Only because I was always a bigger Rock fan than I was an Austin fan after WrestleMania 15. 15, obviously, I was rooting for Austin, but at 17, I wanted The Rock to win, and 19, I wanted The Rock to win too. So yeah, give me Rock Austin 3. Austin's last match for 20 years, guys.
I'm gonna take one out of here for that's gonna get some groans and some facial expressions in the chat. I'm gonna pick an HBK match, and I'm gonna pick the match that should have been the headliner, and it wasn't. But we're gonna go HBK versus Chris.
That was my next pick. Damn it.
Yeah.
In the chat, Kai goes, and here's AVJ stealing the Jericho match from Mark. And I literally was like this. I was like,
that was my next pick. God damn it. It's all right. I got another Jericho one. I'm going Jericho versus Triple H Undisputed Championship. Came back from his quad.
I like that. Did I fuck up the order?
No.
Nope. You're the 5th pick. You're the last pick. You're starting the 5th round.
Okay. Okay. Um,
Damn it,
that's
ABJ.
that's a damn good one too,
Yeah,
Mark.
very good.
What versus Triple H?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That. So, Rock and Hogan obviously was a great moment. It's just
It
not.
was not a yeah.
It wasn't like the moment in itself deserves to be in a top WrestleMania moment. But I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh yeah, that's an overall like great match.
What's going on, Lavelle?
Let's do Taker versus Roman at WrestleMania 33. Psych, I'm just joking.
I was writing it down, Dick.
That's definitely not would ever be one of my picks. Jesus Christ. You
Hi,
and me
I
at the
wanted to
same you
offer
and me at
you-
the same time, dude. You and
Yeah,
me
we
at the same time.
Glad. Thank you for the Twitch follow. I appreciate the Twitch view bot. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I don't get a lot of love over on that Twitch, but as long as the bots are hanging out, we're killing it.
Yep. Absolutely. It counts as viewers.
It does.
Counts as viewers.
Honorable mention for me,
dude.
Raz.
There's a reason why that match doesn't make my list, Raz. It has nothing to do with Jericho or KO. God, dude, my last pick. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Just
I'm
say your
trying
pick
to-
so I can steal this draft right here.
Okay. Okay. Let's do. I don't know.
Jesus Christmas.
I don't know.
The chat's trying to help you out so much.
I'm sorry. All their choices suck. I will go with Edge and Foley at WrestleMania 22.
Good pick. Good pick. All right. Well, listen, I can't believe it fell to me in the 5th round. But when you're gonna pick WrestleMania matches, and the best one falls to you in the 5th round, I mean, overall one of the best overall matches that ever happened at WrestleMania. Stole the show, was not the headliner. People talk about it to this day.
Steamboat and Savage.
Steamboat Savage, baby, 5th round. Give it to me.
Fuck out of here.
That's a great match.
I can't believe you got that.
I'm gonna end it with Randy Orton versus Daniel Bryan versus Batista championship match. Daniel Bryan wins. I believe he submits
WrestleMania 30.
So he submits.
So I did that with Graves. We I don't know if he ever posted it or anything, but we did a review of that show, and boy, there was so much fuckery in that shit, Matt. That show, the stretcher job, and then coming back off the stretch. It was just too much. I get the moment and why they did that moment, but looking back on it, it's like, man, they did too much in my opinion.
Okay.
Does anybody know who Nick Gear is?
I'm sorry?
Does anybody know who Nick Gear is?
I can't believe you just said that.
No.
Clover, you're a piece of fucking shit. Just let you know that.
Oh, my bad. I didn't even. Wow.
Yeah. All right. Yo, listen. You know how we fix that. It was a good run.
I just put that motherfucker in timeout, bitch.
Yeah. It happened in your channel, not mine, right?
No, it happened in yours.
Did it? I don't even see it.
I don't attract pieces of shit. I attract cool.
I would have just blocked it.
Mick Thomas.
I just would have banned it.
Steven Chambers.
Yo, type again after your timeout so I can ban you.
All right. So, favorite WrestleMania moments has concluded. Chase has Shawn versus Brett.
I don't give a shit.
Shawn versus Taker #1. Shawn versus Angle. Austin and Rock 3. And then Edge versus Foley because he can't think for himself. ABJ #2. He had Razor Ramon versus HBK. Eddie versus Kurt. Brett versus Owen. Y2J versus Shawn. God damn it. And Steamboat versus Savage. And then I had first ever Money in the Bank, the TLC sequel, Shawn versus Flair, Y2J versus Triple H, Orton versus Bryan versus Batista championship match. Who won?
You guys pick in the chat. Who do you think won that? Let us know. I have to add Steven Chamber back as a moderator on my channel because he had to make a new account. Yeah.
Mark
Let us know in the chat who you think won. Mark
didn't
with
win
back-to-back wins. Kai
apparently.
giving you the back-to-back win. If Kai voted for you. Clinton says A to the B to the
B to
J.
the
So we
B.
have a tie there. We'll keep moving on, and we'll let you guys total it up and let us know. Anyone who's a moderator on my channel, if Clover pops over my channel, don't even just fuck around with it. Just ban him. That's been put out there in the universe.
Oh,
I hit the ban. I hit the ban button after I put him in timeout.
Yeah.
I don't know
if he
if
comes
I
over
don't
to
know
my
if
channel,
it gives
ban him.
me it will because it said paired. So like
you can go to
whoever,
other channels and play that shit.
Whoever paired their YouTube tonight, that's whose channel it was on. But I don't know if it banned him because I'm not you. So, but I would double check.
Yeah. Stephen Chambers and Daniel both give it the ABJ love.
Nice.
I'm a beast of this draft thing, man.
There's some bias up in here.
Yeah, I was gonna say because ABJ probably had the worst.
Get the fuck out of here. The worst.
Well, you both were horrible compared to mine. And fucking 3 HBK matches. The fuck out of here, guys.
So
He's
I mean,
Mr. WrestleMania.
Was this an HBK
Exactly.
draft? The fuck?
No, he's Mr. ABJ just won my argument, asshole. He's Mr. WrestleMania. Like
I picked 2 HBK matches. That's it.
Yeah, and I picked 3.
I got 1 in there.
You did?
Yeah, HBK and Flair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's right. I thought you were gonna say
I wanted the Y2J and Sean, but someone had to be a douche.
I know you did. I totally know you did too. I was like, I'm gonna make sure that doesn't happen.
All right.
Moving on.
So speaking of WrestleMania, guys, I just kind of had like a general because obviously we're gonna go live before WrestleMania again. So I mean, it's not like we can still make predictions and stuff, but let's talk about the plans right now, how it sits, and I kind of have we talked about Rey Mysterio and his Hall of Fame thing, the whole thing, WrestleMania in general. So there was a report that Hunter came out and said that, or not Hunter came out, but there was a report stating that the plans backstage were for WrestleMania for the card to be smaller. Now, I don't know how you two feel about that, but I would feel that if it was a one-night event like Revolution, I would be okay. Like, yo, that's okay. But when you're spanning it out into 2 days, I think if you're going to span it out into 2 days, I think it's fair that we give enough time to the talent who don't usually get to be on WrestleMania's cards, the Intercontinental Championships, the US Championships, the feuds, the big matches, the big moniker matches. I don't feel like shortening the card on a 2-night event is going to benefit those guys in the US title picture, Intercontinental title, tag team titles, etc.
I see your point as far as the title picture, but as far as non-title picture feuds, there's not really many out there because a lot of them was wrapped up for Elimination Chamber anyway. Yeah. I mean, the hottest story right now is the Bloodline anyway. So, I mean, maybe Ray versus Dom. I mean, that's going to be a story. But anything that's not pertaining to a title doesn't really have much story that's going into. I mean, we're getting Omos and Brock Lesnar. Not much story there. You know what I mean?
Omos, Lesnar, Bobby versus Bray, Cena versus Theory, Logan versus Seth, Roman versus Cody.
Logan versus Seth's feud. I mean, it's kind of got a pretty decent story going there.
It's got Seth in it, dude. No matter what feud. And I thought about this the other day because like I was sitting there thinking about it, and I was like could you have done Cena and Logan? Maybe. But Cena
Theory, we said for months and months and months.
Exactly.
Cena versus Theory is the way to go.
Well, and not just that, but like go back, look at the videos that WWE posted on social media, and like Chris Van Vliet has posted on his social media when he talked to Austin Theory back in 2017 or 2018, and Austin Theory's calling out Cena then. Like that's big. That was the no-brainer, right? To do that match.
Yeah.
So to put Logan in a match with somebody, could you have ran him and the Miz back again? Sure, you could have. But no matter what,
the better match.
Seth's
a better match. He'll make the better story. I mean, you already see him antagonizing, Logan anyway. I mean, of all the non-title stories right now, I think it's probably already one of my favorites leading up to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But not just that, like, look, you know, what I was going to say is no matter what Seth has done in the past, without him being in the top, without him having a title, you know, from the ever since he lost the title in 2019 or 2020, we're now going on 4 years. Seth has made gold out of every single thing they did.
Yeah.
The Buddy Murphy feud with you know, him and the Disciples against Ray and Dom and Ray's daughter, and they got Ray's daughter involved, and that whole thing was goofy. And Seth stomping Ray's eye out of his face. But regardless, like the matches and the buildup and stuff, other than obviously missing eyeballs, was great. Seth took shit and turned it into gold. And like, no matter what Seth touches this past 4 years has been gold, you know?
Agreed.
Yeah.
So I don't hate him and Logan Paul.
Yeah, we still have, and then we have Bianca versus Asuka, and we have Charlotte versus Rhea. The only thing we really need to put together is the IC title, which is kind of maybe looking like it's going to be Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew in a triple threat is kind of what it's looking like it's going to shape up to be, which means it tells me I think Drew is going to be the fall guy. I think Drew takes the pin from Sheamus and Gunther loses his title without taking a fall, so Gunther can be a possible contender for the world title against Cody at some point. I don't think he's going to beat Cody, but I think it's going to be a feud. And then the tag team titles, which is probably going to shape up to be Sami and Kevin.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean,
and Clinton, I hate to burst your bubble, but I think that Seth saying that he hates Logan Paul is 100% was a plant seed to set this matchup. I don't think he really hates him. Everyone who talks to Seth talks about Logan Paul essentially says that the kid came in here and did everything he was going to do, everything he should have done, plus more than any other celebrities ever done to like prepare for matches and get ready. Yeah.
Just want to take a moment. Appreciate everybody joining with us.
The chat's been fantastic tonight. You guys are killing it.
You know, appreciate you guys joining. Steven Chambers dropping knowledge as always, man. You know, age and knowledge go together, Steven. He says Asuka going to beat Bianca, he thinks, because this could be Asuka's last title run. She's 41 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So I could possibly see that, especially because Hunter is really, really big on her. Hunter likes her a lot. So
yeah, I think Asuka beats her.
Yeah. Does Rhea beat Charlotte?
Yes.
Yep. And you know what I would do then? I'd move Charlotte to Raw, and I'd move Bianca. Either I would move Charlotte to Raw, or I would turn Bianca heel. One of those things, because Charlotte, if she loses the title and she's not in the main title picture again after coming back, it's gonna be tough to book her. Because that the women's side on SmackDown's rough. They need another name or two over there.
Well, what do you think the chances are that Charlotte beats Rhea?
None.
I think
Charlotte comes back to.
I do too, Mark.
Take the title off of Liv 100% to set up the rematch between her and Rhea. I think WWE and I think Charlotte knows that Rhea Ripley is doing big things, and she has a platform right now, and I think they're gonna pull the trigger on Rhea. Rhea's a megastar.
Rhea's 100% a megastar, but there's always that slight chance just because of who she is facing.
Yeah,
that's it.
Not just because of who she's facing, but because of who's booking.
Yeah.
So,
dude, Rhea and Charlotte, I've been saying since Rhea's NXT days, and I said the day they cross paths is gonna be amazing. And they had that teaser in the Rumble. And then Charlotte went down and took her title off her in NXT, but it wasn't the same Rhea. Like the Rhea we have now and the Charlotte we have now, this is magical. This is gonna be a dope match. And dude, Rhea has been working stiff and been taking some shots from people and work. Dude, she's working as bad a strong style as you could possibly ask a woman to work. And her and Charlotte are gonna beat the dog shit out of each other. It's gonna be amazing. I would be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if one, if not both of those women leave there legitimately injured. Because I think they're going to throw bombs on each other. I think that match is going to be like Finn Balor versus Kyle O'Reilly when they went into NXT and just kicked the dog shit out of each other. I think Rhea and Charlotte have that potential to just go in there and put a banger on. I think it's low key going to steal the night, whatever night it's on.
Cody Rhodes. Are you still on the train?
Yeah.
Oh, Cody's definitely gonna.
He's taking the title.
He's taking the title, and I'm telling you now, you people you're gonna hate. If you didn't like Cena as the golden face baby guy, if you didn't like John Cena as the golden face baby guy, Cody's gonna be that turn to 125.
Agreed. Big time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't ask, I'm not asking if you guys think it's going to happen. I'm asking, are we still on board for it? Because everybody was.
Yeah, I mean,
everybody was.
I mean, I'm only on board. I'm not really on board. Like, listen, if you would have asked me who I'd rather be the champion, I'd go Sami, I'd go Kevin, I'd go any of those people because I relate more to those characters. But if I was a business person and I wanted to make money and I wanted to fucking push someone to the moon when it came to like everything that you would want in a professional wrestling company when it comes to making wishes and TV spots and all of that, Cody Rhodes is that guy. And he's going to be the guy for the next 10 years who's going to flip-flop that title. He's going to have it for a while. He's going to lose a title. He's going to win it back. I would say by the time we turn into 2027, 2030, Cody's like a 10, like maybe a double digits champion.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if he'll go full 16, but he'll be a multi-time world champion.
So no long reigns for Cody.
I think he'll have a couple, like maybe a couple months here and there, but I think it's gonna be the guy that he drops it and then like he's gonna be the baby face that chases. But Cody is gonna be in that top seed for a long time.
Chambers, that's a good point. So what are the odds that they value the 1,000-day championship reign over Cody Rhodes actually winning the championship at WrestleMania?
I think it would be a giant mistake. I think right now, I'm just being honest. I think right now the bloodline story is on its downslope, and I think if they try to pick it back up again, I think they're going to lose people. And I think you're going to diminish what the bloodline is right now. I think the bloodline needs a chase.
I agree.
I couldn't agree more. I think it's overdue. I think it's long overdue. When you talk about long title reigns, okay, we're not talking, Cena didn't have a long title reign.
No.
Right? He had the title off, and I mean, he was 16 times, guys. None of them were long.
15.
15.
No, he's 16. He's 16.
No,
he's
16.
16.
Yeah, he beat Styles for the 16th one. So, like I said, I've said 100 times, it's a great story. It's the best story in 4 or 5 years. Is it the greatest story ever? Not by a fucking long shot. Not by a long shot. There's holes in the story. It was poorly told in 2 years because it was being booked by a 70-something-year-old man who was out of touch. And I could point them all out. So it's a stale story. Here we are, 2.5, almost 3 years. It's done. It's over with. It's time to lose, and it's time to move on. So, with that being said, Sami and Jey. Is Jey working everybody again?
No.
Chose family.
Yeah, I think if you get anything out of Jey, I think you'll see it after the pay-per-view, but I think Jey goes in with his brother and defends the tag team titles and then loses it. And then maybe you'll have Jey have dissension within the bloodline. And then you have a bloodline versus bloodline storyline where people are fighting for the ranks, where maybe Jey goes after his brother and Solo goes after Roman. I think you'll maybe have that, but I think the bloodline storyline is not over at Mania as we know it, but I think it's over as them as champions at Mania, and they move on.
I think Roman leaves after Mania for a few months, takes a break.
Deserving.
Yeah, absolutely. Regardless of what you like. So here's the thing.
He worked his ass off in 2 years as a champion.
Absolutely.
I agree.
2.5 years.
He needs to go.
2.5 years. He won it in SummerSlam, or he came back SummerSlam of 2020. And then won it the next month later. Battleground, I think, was the pay-per-view in September.
Yeah. Say what you want about Roman. This 2.5 year title run is it's legendary. It's probably top 5 best title runs as a champion of all time.
Yeah,
It's
because
it's things that don't happen anymore. Like
Yeah.
as they shouldn't.
3 years, yeah, it
As they
doesn't happen
shouldn't.
anymore. Yeah.
It shouldn't happen. It's not that they don't happen. It's that they shouldn't happen. It's different. You go back to Bruno Sammartino and you look at all those guys in the 80s, there wasn't weekly television shows.
It was
There
all
wasn't
territories. Yeah.
there wasn't house shows all the time. Like
Mhm.
like the wrestling world was completely different. This close to $1,000 is now hitting stale. And the only reason it wasn't stale last year was because they rejuvenated it with Sami. They added a new dynamic into it, right?
Yeah.
Like
I
other
agree.
than that, I would have turned off my TV back in October because it's that boring. It's Roman faces somebody, hits them, they're done. It's over with. We've watched Demon Finn Balor get beat. We've watched him double stack Edge and Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan, one of the best wrestlers in the world. And you know, I'm sorry, like that's to me, like I get it. Like he's popular and he's cool and I like it. It's funny. It's like it's great stuff. But 2 years was too long. And now we're at 2.5 going on 3. And it's like now it's time to end it. It's over with. It's done.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
so
don't know.
now it doesn't matter if it's Cody, if it's Kevin, whoever it
Yeah.
is, they won't have the title for a year, and nobody fucking should.
Yeah.
Ever.
I think long titles are going to be a thing. I don't think we'll get one of those for a while again.
Yep.
And WWE, the tag team titles were held up for so long. The world title was held up for so long. I think you'll get like 4, maybe 3 or 4 months of titles defenses, and I think they'll be moving it around a little more to give some variety. But I think it's going to move around. And I think Cody's gonna be one of those guys who's always going to be in the mix for it.
Absolutely. Especially if they split titles again.
Yeah.
Do you think that's happening?
I don't know, man. The way it's looking, it might not.
I think Cody introduces a new championship right away. I think it's I don't think it gets split at all.
I honestly I think the Eagle's coming back. I think Winged Eagle comes back after Rainier, and I think it's one title, and I think the tag team titles go back if they have I think they have a new tag team title they already talked about that it might be coming out. But I think one set of tag team titles, one set of main titles, which would be the only problem with that for me is how do you have one main men's title, but the women's is still split between 2? You know what I mean?
I was gonna say that too. Yeah, it's like you gotta eventually unify them at that point.
I think the visual of Cody holding 2 belts for a couple months might be the way they go, and then maybe Cody goes and drops a title over on SmackDown to somebody, and then holds the Raw, and then says, "Oh, I'm changing the Raw title to this. I'm bringing it back." It's the only thing I can think of. You know what I mean?
I seriously think that's just not gonna happen. I think literally the Raw after he comes out has a celebration and busts out a new championship. I think that's his first promo.
Well, and we all know how WWE loves to recycle storylines. That's exactly how they did in 2002 when Hunter beat Jericho. He combined the 2 titles to the undisputed title. Brock took that title after he won it and went exclusive to SmackDown, and then Bischoff just created a new title. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. If you saw Cody combine the titles to a new title and then loses it to a heel, and then the heel says, "Yeah, I'm only going to wrestle on SmackDown, or I'm only going to wrestle on Raw," and then that leaves the other show an opportunity to do so.
Yeah, who knows?
Absolutely. Jay White. Now that Scott brought it up, Jay White, where's he going?
I think E. I think he's going to the E. It's smart for him to go to the E. I think with his character work and everything he can pull off, I think it's a no-brainer for him to go to the E.
Do they let him go as Jay White to the E? Keeps his name, everything.
You think?
I think he deserves it. I think he deserves it.
Main show and everything. No NXT.
I bring him in like I bring in AJ.
Yep. I would agree with.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I would. No, you're fine. I would agree with ABJ only if you can promise me that Vince isn't running the show.
That, and I get to keep the Jay White name. Otherwise, I'm not going to WWE at all.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if because I could see Hunter, because Hunter sees those guys outside of WWE and knows there's value there. Vince never did. So if WWE brings him in and he changes his name to something else, you can't convince me that that was Triple H's idea. That's got Vince written all over it.
Agreed.
You know.
Yeah, if
But
There's
I'm
a
Jay
lot of
White,
people like
I'm fighting for my name, and I'm
if
not
you
going
look
to
at
the E unless
you
it's
look at the outside
okay.
coming in, Jay White coming in is interesting. Does he go for the title right away? I wouldn't have him go for Cody right away if he wins. I think that's a mistake bringing people in like Gargano's. Like they brought Gargano in, he hasn't gone for a world title or a picture, but he's still staying relevant. You know what I mean? He's being used every week on TV. I was saying the same thing Steven says. Jay White comes back and challenges AJ. That would be my first billing. If AJ's healthy and his ankle's good, I would put AJ versus Jay White to start. Another name that's sitting out there that I think would be great if he came back and he would be a good person to challenge Cody at some point would be Matt Cardona, because he would come in as like his buddy and the whole nine, and then fucking heel Matt Cardona in WWE would be great. Because he's teasing a comeback. Yeah, there's a lot out there, man. And then you have Gunther who took Cody to the limit during the Rumble. That's something you can get. Seth's always in your back pocket. You have like the list goes on of all the people that I'm sure Cody would work Bray Wyatt, because that would be money for Cody, because Bray Wyatt's a fan favorite and merchandise and toys and the whole nine, and Cody would beat him and then move on. Like there's a lot of names out there.
Yeah, no, it would be a
returning Randy.
Yeah, exactly. Against Cody, that would be amazing. You could sell that all day.
I mean, you got to have Randy versus Cody. That's for sure. That's something
absolutely.
that down the road that absolutely has to happen.
Appreciate Herb Simmons joining us tonight, guys.
Yeah, man. Chat's popping off. Thank
Herb Simmons has been a booker for 40 years. He runs South Illinois Championship Wrestling. He will be in St. Louis on May 13th for his Fan Fest, which will feature your boys at the I-70 Hot Tag. So very, very fun. Appreciate it, Herb. No, I like the WrestleMania plans that have built up so far. I think a lot of people are a little upset because of the way, I think wrestling fans do what they always do. They build expectations where nothing was confirmed or nothing was met. And, that kind of wasn't able to meet those. So with The Rock, for example, we heard reports of The Rock, we heard reports of Austin. And then wrestling fans got all their hopes up, LA Knight versus Austin, which, when people say like, hey, WWE has plans for this, everybody thinks, oh, it's a match. Well, no, it doesn't have to technically be a match. It could be a segment with the two. So we still could get LA Knight and Austin. You remember Dave Meltzer caught a lot of flack from the wrestling community because Dave Meltzer first initially reported last year that it was supposed to be Pat McAfee versus Vince McMahon at WrestleMania. And then so when Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory was announced, everybody was like, oh, Dave doesn't know what he's talking about. Dave doesn't know what he's talking about. And then what happened at WrestleMania? It wound up being Pat McAfee versus Vince McMahon. So, I mean, it could be a situation like that where, it starts off as a segment and then turns into a match. But I think it still looks good. A couple of the matches to me are head scratchers, like Omos and Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley and Bray. Those wouldn't have been the two matches I would have put together, but for those guys. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Agreed.
All Atlantic Championship.
Now the International Championship.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely better with fucking having Japan on the damn title and you calling it the All Atlantic Championship.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about a fail.
Do you think after it changes names, do you think we get a new title holder soon? Because it becomes like the IC title of AEW.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. I thought it was very weird that that Tony did it specifically for Warner Brothers. I thought that was odd.
I mean, he should have done it just because the name was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't think the name was terrible, but I do agree with you, Mark, that the Japan was on.
Dude, Japan was on there and the flag, like that's just stupid.
Yeah,
I know.
You call it All Atlantic Champion, that's fine, but I mean, don't put.
Yeah, I didn't hate the name. I did the same thing you did. I was like, okay, well, that's weird that Japan's on there, but all right. But yeah,
does Jarrett take that title?
Does who?
Does Jarrett take that title?
I wouldn't hate it.
I mean, honestly, I was one of the guys talking shit that Jarrett coming back.
He's been killing it, dude.
He has been killing it, and I probably would not be mad at it happening, to be honest.
I would.
Like,
I would. You keep that fucking same energy, Mark. You keep that same energy.
why? You got another question coming?
No, I was just gonna say keep that same energy when another old person wins a title.
I mean,
this is stupid that these part-timers come in and
It's
I
different
hate
though.
it. No,
How's
you're
it
right.
different?
No,
How's it
you're right.
different?
You're right.
It's different. For Jeff Jarrett, I think it's different.
How?
Jeff's not really
Jeff Jarrett's a
right
goat,
now.
dude. He's one of realistically work rate class when it comes to as a heel.
Jeff Jarrett's working
Dude,
every day.
Jeff Jarrett beating your top baby face and Orange Cassidy dirty in the ring and becoming whoever the next person is who beats Jarrett becomes a megastar.
I don't think it should happen. I'm gonna put that out there right now.
I
don't
do
agree with the move.
I think Jarrett beating Cassidy is a great launching point for the next person that takes that title off him.
I don't agree with the move, but I would understand it if it happened. I wouldn't be mad.
I think so.
Yeah.
That's a good pick first. That Steven said.
Future booking. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep.
Agreed.
But yeah, Jarrett, it's a different situation, Chase. Jarrett's he's not just showing up every other pay-per-view. He's fighting tag team matches, he's fighting singles matches. He's on the show every day.
Joe,
every week.
Speaking of your boy Jericho, so my buddy's on tour right now with Steel Panther. Guess who just showed up at Steel Panther's last concert and got on stage and sang with Steel Panther or hanging out backstage?
That is awesome.
Fucking Chris Jericho.
That is awesome.
My buddy sending me Snapchats like, guess who I'm hanging out with? I was like, you son of a bitch.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jericho, we everybody had some crazy stuff go on last weekend, so we didn't get to talk about Revolution very much.
Real quick, Chase. I think the working relationship between AAA and AEW, I think, is done. Because I think when because AAA doesn't like Japan and AEW's been working with Japan, I think that the whole AAA thing with AEW might be dead and gone now.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, it does. But AEW Revolution, guys, was rated pretty highly, amongst us. For
a pay-per-view the fans didn't seem they cared about, and everyone openly said they hated the pay-per-view and that it was going to be awful. Everything, I personally haven't seen it, but everyone who I know to have seen it said it was a fantastic card. They said it was a good pay-per-view.
I agree. I was very anticlimactic, like coming into it. I was like, well, I'm not excited for any of these matches. And then it delivered. It delivered quite a bit. Obviously ABJ with Sean being one of, if not my favorite of all time. It's hard to put anything over that Iron Man match. A lot of people called that Iron Man match better than Brett and Sean. Said it was the best Iron Man match ever. It's
How many falls?
Good.
How many falls?
5, 6. I think
that's good. Honestly, if you're gonna do Iron Man matches,
you gotta have a few falls.
Yeah, you gotta have a few.
Yeah, you can't have just like 1-0 at the end of an hour.
Because Brett and Sean went to 1 each, right? It was 1-1.
No, it went to 0-0.
That's right. It was 0-0. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hunter Dillon in the chat. Appreciate Hunter Dillon tuning in with us. Yeah, I mean, even the coffin match, the burial match, whatever, between Jungle Boy and Christian was good. I mean, it wasn't, I wasn't invested in it. Ask Raz. I mean, when we did it prior, Raz kept saying like, he was like, oh, so I guess we're getting a buried alive match. I was like, why do you think it's a buried alive match? Just because he did a promo where he's burying a grave or digging a grave? Like, is that why you assume
just
that
a
it
weird,
was
weird bit to do it in a coffin match?
It was
weird. It was random.
But if you guys get a chance, go back and watch the match. It was very good.
I mean, one thing about AEW, whether you guys agree with the shows or not, their pay-per-views always kill it.
Yeah. But the problem is the problem that I have with AEW is
Too long.
And no, not too long. I don't have a problem with the too long. I don't care.
Okay.
Like guys, like I've made this point 100 times. Like I watch wrestling all the fucking time, literally. Whether it's WWE, AEW, Independent, Impact, whatever it is, like it's always on. 9 times out of 10, there's wrestling on my TV while I'm doing my shows.
Mark.
And then I'll go back. Yeah, I mean that's fine. I mean that's cool. Like I'll swallow that gobbler all day long.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
How about that? A wrestling
Kind of.
content, the guy that actually watches wrestling.
Yeah, right.
They're out there.
Yeah, I know. But you know, like, so I thought it was very well done, and I was very impressed with it because I mean, like I said, there's times where I'm like, I don't understand what they're doing. I don't get it. And you know, trust the process, if you will. I try to. Sometimes that can be a little discouraging, right? But you know, like I said, if you guys get an opportunity to go back and watch it,
Yeah, it's on my list.
it's good. It's very good. So,
you know what we were just talking about on our not really a podcast, but our live streams, bro. Fucking now that Fight TV is doing the GCW thing, man, the collective is gonna be a blast. Like, there's gonna be collective shows I've never watched because it was like $100 for all like every single show, and I'm pumped this year, man. We're gonna do a lot of live streams during when collectives are happening during the day. Like me and Mike said, we're just gonna go live if it's live. So if you guys are free or around in those days, you want to jump in with us, let us know. But I'm pumped for that, man. That GCW collective bit for Fried TV is gonna be worth its money already right there.
yeah. Guys, that's all I have on the docket. I mean, you guys got anything?
I have one little thing to put out there. I didn't see the first episode, but I watched the second episode of ROH. I love it. Great show.
Agreed.
My prediction was I think AEW was going to fall behind for me if ROH became a brand. I love what ROH is doing as a brand. I thought Willow and Athena fucking had a great match. I got to watch Tony Deppen wrestle while drinking beer in his bar. That was kind of cool. Unfortunately, he wrestled Joe, but he put a great match on. He sold like a fucking bastard to Joe. He fucking got some offense in there. But ROH, man, is going to be a really fun time.
I definitely want to get the membership so I can start watching it.
Yeah,
Just got a lot going on right now.
I hear that.
Yeah,
agreed. Yeah, no, I completely
check
forgot
out the
about that
highlights,
ABJ. Yeah, definitely, it's worth it. You know, it's
MLW. You guys watching that?
I have not. I'm sorry.
I haven't been able to pick up MLW yet. I've heard that I haven't heard bad things about it.
It's up and down. It's up and down. Like
Yeah.
what one show, like the opening show was not good. Second show was rebound really good. It just goes up and down.
Like
for me.
who's a talent on there that like you're like, oh, I have to watch MLW for? Like I have
Johnny.
friends in it, but it's just like
Johnny
Mundo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Johnny's still fantastic. I don't.
Yeah, maybe if I was getting like Johnny versus Casey Navarro and stuff.
I like Hammerstone. I like Real One. I mean, no one.
Yeah, Enzo's all right.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I still think like as far as like raw talent and you know being able to move in the ring, Dolph and Johnny are two of the brightest stars in the game.
Alex Kane.
Alex Kane is a bastard, bro.
Davey Richards. I didn't know Davey Richards was full-time MLW now. Davey Richards is an animal.
Yeah.
Alex Kane's pretty interesting.
He
follows
is.
us on TikTok too.
Yeah.
Very active.
He is. He's very active.
He is very active.
Don't let this distract you that Tyrus is still the NWA champion. Yeah, and he's gonna fight Bully Ray for it.
Yep.
Wait, I'm sorry, I missed that. Is that a thing?
Yeah, Bully Ray is going for the title.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah,
it's pretty awful.
Oh wow.
Actually, at this point, I want Bully Ray just to win it.
Fatu, David Boy Smith. Yep. Mance Warner.
Where's it on? Like, where do you watch it?
Reels Network. REELZ Network.
Yep.
Is it like an app?
No, it's a cable television.
Well then yeah, I'm out.
Yeah.
Well, and then I think Peacock is getting ready to add it, or they did add it.
Wait, did they add it? I thought they couldn't.
They're supposed to.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
that's very interesting.
Well, no, they're supposed to add Reels TV. They're not adding MLW.
Oh, yeah, but yeah, they're not adding MLW.
Yeah, Reels, or they told Reels, they were like, "Yo, like, too bad."
Yeah, I have a question.
What?
I'm sorry, I'm addressing it. Mick, when you go to other people's channels, do you go like, "Hey, fucking love ABJ"? Do you put me over as much as you put other people over in this channel? Just asking, as a fur friend. I'm not upset by it. You can say, you can promote whoever you want in here with your Wrestling with Savage banner and your State Analyzing thing, but like, just keep the same energy when you're you're in our chat and you go to somebody else's. Just saying. Anyway, you were saying MLW.
Well, no, I was actually gonna change gears because Stephen Chambers brought it up, and Jake just mentioned it. The Canadian, Canada's Best, that Jade is called out for Dynamite. Is it Taya? Is it Taya?
Probably.
I couldn't even tell you. I have no idea. I can't think of anyone right now.
Yeah, I don't know much about the promotion, so it's hard to say.
I thought it was very, very nuts for Jade to call out Canada's Best, and like, it's like, bro, Trish Stratus is on WWE. Like,
I don't think she's Canada's best, but
who's Canada's female best?
I don't know. Let me just do a quick Google search of female wrestlers in Canada.
Because I couldn't even give a question. I mean, while he's doing that, I mean, since we're back on AEW real quick, Chase, what did you think about Wardlow winning the championship and then dropping it to Hobbs?
Bro, what a fucking nightmare that's been.
I don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they were gonna do that, I think that they should have had Wardlow and Hobbs do it for a future. You know how they have like their special events, like Dynamites. It should have been that. It shouldn't have been immediately the Dynamite after Revolution.
There's a lot of interesting names they can use here
for females.
Yeah.
So
I'm just gonna you want me to go through what I have here quick?
Yeah, who we got?
So obviously the number one person that pops up is Natalya. Can't use her. Taya Valkyrie, we just said. Angelina Love, she's out there. Chelsea Green, can't use her. Next on the list, if she comes out and wrestles, huge pop for me. Gail Kim.
Oh, I love Gail Kim, dude.
Yep.
Then it's Trish Stratus. Then Rosa Mendez. Maurice, can't use Maurice. Can't use Aaliyah. Another interesting one, Rosemary. Okay. LuFisto. Allison Danger. Who else? And then from there on out, it kind of gets a little muddy. But yeah, dude, if Gail Kim walks out, that's big.
You think Gail Kim would show up on Dynamite?
I don't know, man. But if there's somebody I'd love to see, you're calling Canada's Best. Yeah, I'll take Gail Kim.
Agreed. I definitely agree. No, Mark, I agree.
More of a pop
I
for
don't
Gail
think
Kim coming out than fucking Trish Stratus when she came out.
I would pop big time for Gail Kim, dude. Gail Kim is up there for me. I'm top female stars.
Yeah.
So, Mark, I agree with you on I like I said, I don't like that. I don't like that they did it, the Dynamite, right after Revolution. I would have liked to have seen them build it up a little bit, and then if Hobbs was going to win, that's cool. I'm fine with that. But to do it right after, I don't know. It was like, all right, cool.
There's one or two things that happen here. Either they literally do not know what to do with Wardlow. Someone doesn't like Wardlow. Wardlow is maybe being a little, maybe coming up with his contract a little bit there, or they are pushing Wardlow as the next person to contend for MJF, which once again, he's not going to win. So now you have a guy. So the AEW, the TNT title went from him to Joe to Darby in his hometown, back to Joe to then lose to Joe to lose to Wardlow, to lose his first title defense to Hobbs. It's like, what the fuck? Like, that's crazy.
It's like at that point, why wouldn't you just have Hobbs take it off of Joe? Like, you should just have Joe be.
Yeah.
I just don't understand.
Like I said, I wouldn't have a big problem with it. Like, I'm not.
But what do? You turn around and say, Wardlow just goes, you know what? I got screwed out of my title. No big deal. I'm going after MJF now.
Yeah, and you can't take him off. You can't take him off of TV for a little bit because he was just off TV for a little bit.
Exactly.
So, I don't know. Like I said, I thought it was very confusing. Like I said, that's what I would have done. I would have waited until mid-April or something like that when they do one of their stupid specials, like a Miami Vice or a Blood and Guts or a whatever spring special, and then do it there. I would have been okay with that, but to do it right after, I don't know. It was just weird. Speaking of contracts, since we're talking about contracts and we're talking about AEW, the obvious one of the biggest things that happened at Revolution after the Guns retained the tag team titles, FTR came out. And I think it's very clear. I think it's not out of proportion for me to say that if the FTR are on AEW television right now, they're obviously not going anywhere April 1st. So
for sure.
So
I didn't think they were going to.
I wasn't sure if they were, but if that picture was real, which you know what I mean, I thought if that picture was real, I didn't think that was going to happen. So.
Personally, I kind of wish they would have just came back with CM Punk.
You think Punk is coming back?
Yeah, dude. I'm still on the train of everything's fine now.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Really starting to regret that unblocking person thing now.
I think that if this is what I think. I think that if Punk was going to come back, he would have came back with the FTR. And
I mean, they said he wasn't going to be ready till late April anyway. I mean,
yeah. But I mean, we're a few shows in. He doesn't have to wrestle.
You're right. You're right. I agree with that. Yeah, for sure.
The other thing is, what is keeping AEW from firing Punk?
Lawsuits.
Okay.
I mean, that's the number one thing in my opinion. CM Punk is lawsuit happy, so lawsuits.
Exactly. Well, and he also wants a no complete clause, and he wants his money. Yeah. So that's why I think they sent him home to just collect his check and be done.
Or everything's fine and they're just waiting him to be healthy. That's my other thing.
And that's my other
thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but what I'm saying is what is keeping him from being fired? If everything, you also have to remember that we just got the legit story from the investigators, and they all revealed it's all those fumes you've been breathing, an asshole.
Did you hear me?
No, I can see you. You're like,
oh, well, yeah. I was trying my best to cover it.
You're fine. But they just released the reports, the investigation, and the investigation revealed that it was all Punk and Ace Steel and the Bucks, and Kenny didn't do anything wrong. If you're gonna bring Punk back with the FTR to be the baby faces to go up against the arrogant, cocky, naive Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, why would you paint Punk to be the bad guy there?
Heel Punk.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
But you want Punk to be the heel with FTR? You think that'll go over very well?
Yeah.
The hottest tag team in wrestling?
Yeah. I mean, come on, man, dude. Heel FTR too. That's fucking amazing too. You put
I agree, but
come on, man. I mean,
but right now, you think that would go over right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's just
I don't
maybe
know.
maybe
that's
he
just the
doesn't
fan in
maybe
me,
he
though.
maybe he
That's just
doesn't
the
come with
fan in me,
FTR
though.
right away. Maybe he just comes alone. And what better way to make Punk is when Punk's anti-establishment.
That's what I'm saying. Punk at his best, like AJ just said, is Punk at his best is anti-establishment. You pair them with FTR, you put them in the trios because you already gave CM Punk two titles, and what happens? He fucking fucked them up both times.
Okay,
so at this point,
and
put him lower.
I agree. No, I 1,000% agree. But what's more establishment? Like if you're trying to work a crowd and you're trying to work everybody, what is more establishment? Anti-establishment, then the 3 EVPs come barge into your locker room, bully you around, and when you fight back, you look like as the bad guy now. That's if it was a work, that's how I would have released that investigation. Hey guys, we held a private investigation. Come to find out, Punk actually was right here. They actually went to his locker room to start a fight. Kenny was a little bit unbiased in it. He went in to just kind of separate everybody, but got involved because those are his boys. But we do apologize. CM Punk was right. He was attacked, and then that's his way back. That's his way back in.
You
If
could play.
you tell everybody,
you want to hear something even possibly crazy?
If you tell everybody that he started the fight, that he's the one who threw the first punch, him and Ace Steel did, and he comes back. Guess what? All these fucking stupid internet marks on TikTok and other forms of social media that were like, Punk is a cancer. He doesn't deserve to be in a locker room. Punk just needs to go away. Those guys.
He could easily come back and be like, look what these fuckers did. They're trying to flip it all on me. They come out with a flip. There's a whole bunch of things you can say that. I mean, it doesn't matter.
This what kind of attack onto that is he comes back and goes, yeah, they can. Oh, they're private investigators from the EV of the Punk companies. The whole and then the whole time Punk's doing this whole thing like, I'm not the bad guy here. I did nothing wrong, and everyone's like, boo, boo, you Punk, and he's the heel, right? And then what's this new TV show they just came out with?
Unscripted or.
What if Punk has I have some footage I can show that's on unscripted. Make sure you check out next week. I have my footage of what happened that day. That shows ratings through the fucking roof. The fans see possible real or not real footage of what happened backstage that night. Punk then becomes kind of a babyface anti-establishment. The Elite go to megastar heel status. They come out and jump him. Your big baby face FTR come out and make the save on CM Punk, and then later now they're trios. They're not going for titles, but they're fighting in a trio style fight.
Agreed. And while we're on the subject of trios, Tony Khan definitely watches our show because all of a sudden there's trios matches, no titles past few weeks. I'm loving it. I'm actually loving it. There's actually a trios division that looks like they actually have. All I'm saying. And Jericho is fucking shitty faction is finally in a trios match. I mean, you have 55 people in that fucking faction. Why are they
2.0 is being used more on TV every week.
Exactly. It's happening. Whether it's super entertaining for everybody or not, they're actually establishing a trios division. And why not throw CM Punk and FTR in it along with the non-champions now, the Elite?
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of ways they can spin Punk coming back. If they do him or not is another thing. But
yes, plus, everyone knows that Jericho shitty faction.
Yeah, if you can put if you could put more attention on other people that are being used that are big names and not have to put them in title pictures, like FTR then loses somehow to the Ass Boys, but then somehow they start fighting. Dude, everybody will watch FTR versus Punks with no title. Everybody will watch FTR versus Punks and a trios thing with no title, and then all these other title people can do stuff that doesn't involve the names. MJF can start doing some stuff with other people in the company because now Kenny's tied up in a story. This person's tied up in a story. Mox is doing his whole heel thing. That there's a lot you can do. There's a lot. Why don't you change your 3 challenge?
Why don't you 3 challenge House of Black? Call you guys dad bod gods. I do it. I would say Mark and ABJ have dad bods. I got titties, so
that's very nice. But so
ABJ has been going to the gym, boys. I've gone 4 days in a row. I'm not lifting weights. All I'm doing is the row machine. I do row machines.
It's good for your knee.
Cabinets.
Lifting cabinets. Very good for your knee, buddy.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good overall body workout, and it's good cardio, but
it's great cardio. I mean, that's what I meant. It's great cardio for you because you have your knee.
Yeah, and then once I drop the weight and then feel like my body and my muscles are good, then I'll start lifting weights. That's my plan. Yeah.
You gonna get in the ring?
No. I still dislocate. It just, you know what I mean? This isn't for me to make a run back at my youth. Yeah, this is just for me to. No, you're here, Mick. Just don't be a fucking idiot. I don't need to see stay tantalizing, stay ravishing in my channel. You know clearly where you are, and if you want to go support those channels when they're live, have at it. Just don't come in here being an idiot about it. You know what you're doing. I gave you a 30-second timeout. That's your last warning. I guarantee you don't go on their channels and say I heart ABJ. Just saying. And I don't care if you do or not. I'm just saying don't come in here don't start no shit. Because you're gonna have that scale where you fuck around and then you'll find out.
Mark, what's your tattoo, buddy?
I'm sorry?
Your tattoo. I've never seen your tattoo.
Oh, I got a thing for sharks. I got 4 hammerheads right here. And then I got a great white.
Look at you.
Okay. I can't see it I can't see it that well because of your shitty camera, but
hey, I seen that.
Yeah, I saw that. Hey, Haley does pretty good, man. I like it.
Yeah, that was her 3rd tattoo she ever did.
Okay,
get it. Look at you.
It's gonna be a full sleeve. It's just I have too much shit going on right now.
Fucking Shark Week over here.
Yeah.
You should on the underarm. You should get the 2 guys like the scene from Step Brothers where they're sitting on the couch.
So part of the sleeve, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna actually hide Nemo and Dory. I'm gonna put. It's gonna be an underwater scene, so it's gonna give the illusion of depth. So you're gonna see other sea creatures. But I'm also gonna put my Marvel and DC in there. I'm gonna put Neymar as a silhouette. Also with Aquaman as a silhouette facing each other, where it looks like they're gonna get it on, but they're not.
Awesome. Key in the building. Appreciate you joining, Key.
AEW video game just delayed because GCW not happy with the logo. That's interesting.
Yeah. So this is funny. A few months after AEW announced the Fight Forever video game, GCW did that special, the Fight Forever.
Well, they did the Fight Forever way before the video game was announced.
No, well, okay. The thing I read today said it was after, but because AEW didn't have it like,
this game has been delayed for a fucking year already, dude.
No, it's been longer than a year. It's been longer than a year.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. But supposedly AEW and GCW are working it out. Like AEW is going to cut them a check, pretty much.
So November 10th, 2022, AEW announces Fight for Forever.
It was announced way before that.
I think the video game was. I don't think they named it.
The name Fight Forever.
I don't think they named it Fight Forever until November of 2022. But I would have swore they named because I remember everybody being excited because Punk was on the cover of it, and I think
they took him off. Yeah.
I think that was prior to
GCW Fight Forever happened in 2021 on New Year's Day.
Yeah.
So GCW was first. And the only reason I know that Fight Forever thing happened before is because the promotion I help work with, Camp Leapfrog, they had a segment and a match during Fight Forever.
Yeah. Yeah, it says, however, okay. So it says, however, paperwork filed with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office a few days before Revolution points to another possible holdup. GCW is formally opposing AEW's registration of its Fight Forever trademark, with documents indicating that the two companies are in settlement talks. The documents consist of Mike Dawkins, who represents GCW, and others in trademark proceedings, regularly filing a request on March 1st for an extension of time to formally oppose AEW's trademark, as well as the U.S. patent's approval of the request following the following day. GCW Dawkins now face a May 31 deadline. In the request for the extension, GCW indicated that it needed an extended deadline not just so it could further investigate the claim and confer with counsel, but also because it's engaged in settlement discussions with AEW. GCW held its own Fight Forever in January 2021 as a 24-hour event with no fans in attendance to benefit and showcase indie wrestlers during the COVID-19 pandemic. And GCW filed its own trademark on the name last year, a few months after AEW did the same.
Okay. So essentially, they filed a trademark, just essentially saying that, hey, we technically used it first.
Yeah, exactly.
And now which is a bold move for GCW because they're trying to play nice with AEW. So that's gonna be it's gonna be interesting because I honestly, you know, one of my predictions my buddy told me his prediction and I kind of agree with it for possibly the next person to go and take the title off of Nick Gage. You're gonna love this, Mark. Chris Jericho.
Really?
Dude, what if Jericho starts working the indie scene and goes and has some crazy fucking matches that people don't even like? Like, I don't know, man. I
don't even know if I see that happening because when he fought Nick Gage on TV, he hated it. He said,
"Yeah,
I think I love the idea too." Plus, Mark, or plus, like I guess a lot of people said that Jericho wants to bring more of the indie scene and the indie feel on the Jericho Cruise next year.
Mm-hmm.
By the way,
maybe
brother,
he'll do it just because of that.
By the way, brother, are you looking at going?
Possibly.
It's very expensive.
Yeah, it's the only reason I can't do it.
We looked it up. It's very expensive.
I'm broke.
It's more.
Hey
it's more
guys,
than a
check out my
cruise.
Patreon or my merchandise so I can go to the Chris Jericho cruise.
Yeah.
You know,
Would you guys want to go?
You guys pay for everybody other content creators to go to shows. Help us out. You know.
Yeah.
Would you guys want to go?
I would 100% go. I just don't have the money.
Yeah, I would 1,000% want to go.
We could talk about it.
I was going to go this year, but my mom.
Your mom wouldn't let you?
Same fucking thing. Right?
Yeah. The only thing I'm looking at, and it's still even up in the air, is Mania, in Philly.
Yeah. I would do Mania over the cruise.
But I would do Mania in Philly, only because even if I don't do Mania in Philly, I will be in Philly that weekend, the whole weekend. Probably crashing on someone's a friend or a friend's couch or something. But it'll be a lot of just going to the independent shows Mania weekend.
Yeah.
Which is a huge reason why I think WWE will not make WrestleMania one night. Because I think the reason they even made it 2 nights is because how much attention all the other shows get on WrestleMania nights. So they keep it 2 nights so they can make more money because they know all the wrestling fans of the country are going to be there because GCW shows up and everybody else shows up and they do one giant mecca wrestling show in that city. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. But that's pretty much it, boys.
Agreed.
Bad booking of the week.
Bad booking of the week.
Actually, someone in the chat said about Darby. What's going on with Darby that we're not talking about?
Nothing.
I forget.
I don't know. I'm starting on the Darby train with you guys.
Huh?
I said I don't know. I'm starting to get on the Darby train with you guys.
Yeah. I don't remember what the last thing Darby did. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of this week in wrestling was a complete blur to me because I had so much shit going on. But bad booking of the week for me. I don't think anything's super egregious. What do you think?
Hobbs taking it over Wardlow.
Yep. Hobbs.
I would say that.
Wardlow.
I would say that, but I think there's.
I don't mind the QT Marshall. I don't mind the QT Marshall at all.
What was Darby's announcement? Steven, fill us in. Because I don't remember. It's that unmemorable.
Darby's announcement either. That's crazy.
I don't really have a bad booking. I don't really hate the Hobbs thing.
I don't hate Hobbs going over. I hate the way it was done. That's my bad booking.
All right, I'll go with you on that. We'll go Hobbs. I don't hate that. I like that Hobbs is giving an opportunity to be a champion, but I don't like the fact that it's getting
the way it happened.
Yeah. I'll hope they give him a little bit of a run with it. Until that Miro guy shows up.
Is Chambers talking about maybe Darby having an announcement on this week Dynamite coming up, or did that happen?
I'm not sure
Because I do not remember that at all. I do not remember that at all.
Yeah.
And for the record, Mick, I don't hate you. I'm just making it clear that I think you should have the same energy for every repeat content creator. And there's no shade or hate to other content creators. I don't care what they do.
Absolutely. Oh, it absolutely is for me. Maybe not for him, ABJ, or maybe not for him, Steven. Maybe not for ABJ, Steve.
I think he's a little disrespectful, right?
Maybe not for ABJ, Mick, but it is for me. That dude that's on your profile picture don't even follow me. Fuck that dude.
I'm blocked on
he's
everything.
A tool, he's a tool, anyways. So,
Savage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got blocked and everything.
The guy that you, call.
That's how I am, dude. That's how I am, dude. Honestly, that was the nicest way possible because I easily could have just fucking made.
No, I agree, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, I'm just.
If
saying.
it was any other, if it was done any other way, it would be a situation where you literally take content off another page. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, Darby mentioned on Rampage that he has an announcement for Dynamite.
Oh, I didn't watch Rampage.
Watch Darby versus MJF. LOL. Yikes. I can see.
Oh my god, I would hate it.
Yeah. Why not?
How long is Daniel going to be gone for?
A while.
No idea.
You think so?
Hopefully he just goes to Japan and we don't see him for a while because they're not booking him. They're not using him properly in America.
You think so, Mark? You think he could?
Yeah,
you think
so.
he could? Yeah.
It's funny that he said he's going home.
Yeah, I think
and
he takes
everyone's
a
like,
break.
"What's home?" You know what home is?
Well, so I understand. I get what you're saying. ABJ, but I think that would be really, really stupid.
You know what home is, though, right?
Japan.
No, he's never worked Japan. ROH.
Right, yeah. But I think it would be really dumb for him to go, oh, like what MJF said, like resonated with me. And the reason I tapped out was because in that hold, I remembered that MJF said, I'm going to make it to where you can't hold your daughter anymore. And that's why I tapped out. And I'm sorry, I got to go home. So then to turn around and go to ROH just to get stiffer and get your ass kicked or get your head kicked in even stiffer. It doesn't make sense to me.
I think he takes like a month break and then he goes to ROH or even go to, like he said, maybe he goes on a Japan tour.
Yeah.
Yep. But I can see, I see him taking time off before he does.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I say like a month,
turn around
maybe.
and show.
Yeah,
just turn around and show up at ROH after being like, I went home because I didn't want to take the chance of not holding my daughter anymore, but here I am because I'm gonna fucking stiff kick Cesaro or Claudio.
Yeah.
Like,
Tornado tags dead and gone. Mix never coming back.
Daniel Bryan Rumble 2024. I can see it.
No.
No.
Nope.
Not at all.
Nope.
No.
I think Daniel Bryan in the next G1.
Yeah. I know. I'm just kidding. All right, gentlemen. So that's my bad booking of the week. I don't know about your guys'.
I will say just because I can't really think of anything, but my bad booking isn't the fact that Hobbs is a champion. I think that's cool for Hobbs, but
agreed.
Yeah,
agreed.
Of course. It's just the way that it went down. The hot potato.
Like I said, I don't even care.
The pointless win.
I don't care about the hot potato thing. Like I said, AEW has those special shows in between their pay-per-views. They're going to have one. I promise you they're going to have one in 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
You could have done it then. And I would have been totally okay with it. I would have been totally on board with it. But to do it right after Revolution, I was like, dude, this is wild. Why are they doing this? So, yeah, that's just how I feel.
I do have a maybe announcement, not announcement, because we didn't fully talk to Mark about it yet.
Then save it.
Okay.
Have you guys, before we go, watched that Netflix show Against the Ropes?
I have not. The only thing I just started watching the Superstar biographies on A&E.
Okay. Well, Against the Ropes, if you guys don't know, it's basically about an ex-convict who tries to win her daughter over and she becomes a wrestler and she has like a luchador mask. I watched the first episode the other day. Not bad.
Yeah. I think those A&E documentaries are fucking whack.
Really?
Yeah, I don't watch them.
So the one I watched was Taker. Then I watched Jake, and then I watched China. Was it China? bro. They like you don't learn anything about them. Like
I watched I was watching the Stone Cold one.
I just think they're. I like if you've watched the documentaries that have been on WWE's network for the past 10 years, and then you watch this A&E one, it's just a copy and paste job. There's nothing new or nothing inside or nothing that you haven't heard or know. Like if you watch it as a wrestling fan, then cool. But if you're a diehard wrestling fan who've seen like if you watch the old school Jake the Snake documentary and then watch this one, there's nothing different. I think they're kind of dumb. Like honestly, that's why I think outside people doing wrestling documentaries is better. I think when Vice does it and they do Dark Side of the Ring and Tales of the Territory, it's way better.
Oh yeah, I agree. I just, I watched the Austin one and like, yeah, there was some stuff in there that you've obviously gotten from Austin in the past, but there was some other stuff in there that was pretty cool. I mean, it's just, good.
The Jake one did add stuff that they talked about in Dark Side of the Ring in the Jake
I have
one.
zero intentions on watching the Ric Flair one. I already said that.
Well, the Ric Flair one's the Ric Flair one I thought was gonna be a puff piece, and they did put some stuff out there, but they made it cool for like Flair. They're like, oh yeah, look at he doesn't care, he's still a party animal. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, like bro, you're 7.
I appreciate that, man. I'm proud of. I'm thankful that you're proud of my 500, but also just relax with that stuff.
Mr. B-Roll says a newer fan. I love the AEW ones. I can see.
I've been watching Mr. B-Roll on the TikTok.
Yeah. Mr. B-Roll's he's a nice feller. He's a nice feller.
Been watching his content.
Yep. So, anything to close us out, gentlemen?
Just you're going to get into our plugs and where to find us.
Yeah, we already did the bad. I mean, everybody agreed.
Yeah,
on the bad booking. All right, let's get out of here.
Anthony Blackwell Jr. on all social media. Head over to the YouTube channel. Just hit 570, which is kind of dope because that's my area code 570. Kind of a cool little milestone.
Nobody subscribe anymore at all.
Yeah, we're done. Actually, get me to 666, and I'm making my channel private.
If you're 555.
Yeah. Actually, we just released
Slipknot song.
Yeah, we just released our first horror movie review. So we have horror movie reviews that we've been talking about forever are going to come, as well as pop culture reviews. They are still coming, but we literally put the new GoPro that you guys been helping out with by buying merch and supporting and stuff. So I was able to go get that new GoPro. We got to put it in the car. Me and the wife throw the wireless mics on, get in the car. We drive on the way to the theater because we drive like an hour to our theater because it's the only nice one around us. And we talk about our predictions for the movie. And then after the movie was done, we cut back and we do a full review of the movie. It was very thrown together, very impromptu. So I want to structure it a little better going forward. But testing out some new equipment, new video up, new music by Billy Trey, the Converse Kid, for the intro and outro. Let us know what you think about it and head over to there. I also made a Rumble account. I know Rumble is they're I don't know if it's going to catch on, but in case it does, I have my account out there. But it's essentially YouTube, but without the crazy restrictions that YouTube is putting on content creators of things you cannot say or cannot do. So I made an account just in case. So if you are over on Rumble, check out Anthony Blackwell Jr. I think I need 25 people to follow me so I can go live on there. And then I can link my StreamYard to Rumble. So I can do that.
Cool. Definitely go give ABJ a follow on Rumble. But bold.
I mean, you don't have to. It's a backup. It's a backup.
Bold prediction. There's a lot of conservatives and Bible thumpers on.
There is.
So I don't.
They're gonna love me.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't see ABJ staying very long.
It's one of those. It's kind of like, what was that, Truth Social?
That little tattoo on his wrist is gonna start coming to life.
Yeah. They said Truth Social when they made it was for a non-censorship, but if you said anything that wasn't right wing, they censored you. So yeah, we'll see. Mick, the answer is I'm not coming back to Tony's YouTube channel.
All right.
Yeah, but anyway, I'll read the chats all day long. But anyway, yeah. So if the Rumble's kind of just a backup plan, we'll try it out. We'll see how it goes. If people latch onto it, cool. If they don't, they don't. Just I would still say focus on the YouTube and stuff. But that's where you can find me. Check out the new content. Check out that new video. You can look at my wife. She's really pretty.
Yep. And then you can Mark, are you looking at your wife?
No, she's asleep.
Okay. Did you just lie to us?
You can find me, Pro Wrestling Kingpin, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. I'll be, as soon as I'm less busy, I'll get back to my New Year's resolution and making sure that I'm giving a lot more different content to you guys. But end of this month, give me to the end of this month, and I'll be good to go. Fucking Chase.
So guys, you know where to find me. Right there. Chase at CR Media 1988 on all forms of social media. A lot of my shit is like disproportioned. Obviously, like on TikTok, I'm about to hit 1,100 followers. Facebook, I have like 400. YouTube, I think I'm hitting it like 70. Twitter, like it's all just disproportioned. So guys, there's Stream Elements coming in clutch with the link tree. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the link tree. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, all of the above. Come hang out with me and these guys every Sunday night. And then Monday nights we do the pit stop where we watch wrestling. And then Wednesday nights, the AEW Dynamite post show. Thursday nights, the I-70 hot tag, where the match we watched on Monday is our guest on Thursday. Josh and I will be hanging out in Grandel Wrestling in St. Louis this weekend. And then I will be in LA all week for WrestleMania week, posting content, doing stuff. I will still have some of my equipment with me, so we will still be doing shows WrestleMania week. So might have to start the WrestleMania show a little bit later Sunday night. Just give me enough time to leave the arena and get to the hotel room, and then we can start bad booking. But that's what I got going on. So other than that, anything else, gentlemen?
That's it.
All right.
Close us out.
Stick around after, Mark. We got to talk to you about something real quick. And then we won't be long.
Yep. Mark's gonna get fired. I'm just as usual, guys.
You just sign these papers.
No. Obviously, guys, appreciate everybody joining tonight. Love you guys. Stick with us. Tune in. Watch all these guys. Follow these guys. As always, for myself, Chase, ABJ, Mark.
It was nice knowing you guys.
Mark's getting fired from another show.
No, Mark's not getting fired. He's not getting fired.
Yeah.
But there may be a new addition.
Well, listen, guys, when we make changes to the show, I'm going to tell you this, and then we're going to leave here because I want you guys to understand this. When I make changes to the show, or ABJ make changes to the show, or Mark makes changes to the show, we let each other know. We don't keep it hidden from one another. We damn sure don't keep subscriptions or followers hidden from each other, like some channels or other content creators. So with that being said, good fight and good night, bitches.